I'd probably do legal marketing. I'm just saying. But no,
A lot
sure.
of giggles from the
A
marketing
lot of
guy.
giggles over there because it's so easy. Welcome back, guys, to Cases of Cocktails. This is episode number 12, and today I'm here again with my beautiful wife, Janice. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We're supposed to talk about relocation and custody today.
Right?
I don't want to do it. In fact, right, like I think people actually like research this, right? And so this is the topic we're supposed to be talking about, right?
Yeah, we have like a whole team that
Yeah.
commits time and effort to.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do this?
No. I don't want to do it. We're not doing it today. How about that? It's terrible. Doesn't that sound terrible?
No.
No.
We should definitely do what we planned to do.
No, I don't want to do that. Let's do this instead of doing that today. Let's have some cocktails and let's have some Q&A. Just me and you. You want to? Sounds terrible.
All work
You look
related.
scared.
I am terrified.
Why?
Because
Why are you scared?
I've met you before today.
Don't be scared.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's do this. The one thing that we're not going to change is the cocktail.
Fair.
Okay. Tell me what we got.
An old fashioned, and you made it, so you're gonna have to tell me what you put in it.
Oh, fantastic. So I have a surprise. It's not what you think it is. Actually, yours is exactly what you think it is. Mine is different.
Okay.
Yours is a Weller Old Fashioned.
Perfect.
And you got a little bit of Weller, some agave syrup,
Mhm.
an orange peel, and you've got a couple cherries in there.
Okay.
Nice. Is it your favorite?
Mhm. Yours has tequila, doesn't it?
Hell yeah, it does. Yeah. I just went back to tequila because I didn't want to do that.
Okay.
Is that all right?
It took 12 episodes before you went off script, broke all the rules.
I just, at this point, don't care. Just decided it's better to do it this way. So,
Fabulous.
right?
So excited.
Exactly. Right. What else are we going to do? Right?
This.
No, I don't want to do that. Let's talk a little bit. Let's do some Q&A stuff.
Okay, taste your drink.
Oh, shit. I almost forgot. Ready? Nice. Yeah. That's good. That's just good. Yours?
Very good.
All right. Not too much. I won't steal yours this time.
Because it's got bourbon, you have tequila.
Yeah. No, can't do that. Don't mix that. That's how you will end up on cops or something. All right. I want to ask, I will go back and forth, ask some questions. You ready?
Okay.
All right. How long have you been doing this? Ooh.
Math. We opened up shop beginning of 2011.
Okay.
So 14 years.
Nice. What do you like most about what we do?
Procedurally, jury trials.
Okay.
On a human level, hearing someone's story, and it's not winning, it's not getting what we want from the other side or from the court. It's when a client tells me that they feel like their story was really told, regardless of the outcome, that we did a great job, put on a great case, and really advocated for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to tell you, going to court is fun. Don't get me wrong.
It's so fun.
It's what we do. And that probably speaks volumes about our mental health issues. But, helping the client. I'm like you, helping people, right? People call and, they call as potential clients and they've got problems, they've got issues. That's why they're calling us, right? And our job is to offer them solutions and then implement those solutions to help them. And it's great to see that process and be a part of that. At least for me, it is.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize, because when I started practicing family law, I didn't have a family. We weren't married. We didn't have the boys yet. And so it was kind of this this thing that I read about. Obviously, I have extended family and stuff. And so I thought I knew what it would be like to be married or to have kids and what that felt like. But my perspective on representing clients and doing what we do on a daily basis changed drastically after we had our first kiddo, because you realize how traumatic of an event that the clients are going through. Oftentimes, whether it's divorce or a child custody case, this is the most traumatic thing that a client has ever dealt with, and definitely the most traumatic thing that they're usually going through at that moment. So it's not just, representing someone in a courtroom, it's helping them manage something that they're dealing with in real time, a real trauma.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right, and it's this is one of the worst things they'll ever have to go through, and having the ability to let them come to us and sort of unpackage it and see it right, and then say, okay, here's how we can fix it, right, and then see, not just say, okay, here's how we can help you fix it, but then walk them through the steps and help them along
Hmm.
that path. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. It doesn't always mean we win,
That's right.
right? Doesn't always mean you win, but I do appreciate that, and I know clients appreciate that as well. And so,
You talk about winning. I do a lot of consults, and on, I would say, probably more than half of them, people ask what our success rate is. I'm
right,
like, well, that is a subjective question, subjective answer. I could tell you 100%, and no one would know any different. And I just have to explain that, you know, success means different things. I've got plenty of clients that have unrealistic expectations, and I can't get them to the table to, appropriately negotiate. I've got, so many outside factors that we don't have control over. What does success mean? Ultimately, in my opinion, success means having advocated and fought for your client as hard as they want you to, because sometimes they don't want to fight that hard. Sometimes they want to fight real hard. It just depends. But, advocating for your client proportionately to what they're looking for, and the client feeling like their story was told.
yeah, no, I agree. I've got clients that you know their goal is to simply just be able to see their children.
Right.
I've got some clients that are, you know, their goal is to protect their children from really bad situations. Um, Sometimes the goal is to get divorced as quickly as possible, right? Just get done, right? And sometimes um, their goals are to ensure that they're, going to be successful financially and emotionally on the backside, and that's hard. It's not. It's not. Cookie cutter, right? It's not the same thing for every client. Success is definitely not defined by that.
No, not at all. It's not like you can walk out of a courtroom and usually clearly say one side won and one lost. And, usually it feels like a mixed bag.
Yeah.
So
Well, and you've
winning
got
is a hard metric for what we
it
do.
is, and you got different types of cases, right? You go do an enforcement. It's pretty easy. Did you win the enforcement or not, right? I mean, it's.
If I represented the guy, not paying child support, or the woman
Right,
not paying child support if they didn't go to
in
jail
jail, yeah,
and they were guilty of
right,
contempt, probably a
yeah,
win. Right.
you get a parental alienation case, and it's winning is you know defined by a multitude of factors, and
I try to let the client define it.
yeah, I think you have to. I think you have to do that. That's one of the things that we talked internally recently about is, you know, at the onset of a case, you got to talk internally as the team about where we're at procedurally, where we're at in pleadings, where we're at, what's going on legally,
Hmm.
But the other part of that at the onset is to talk to the client and find out where they're at,
Right.
what's going on with them.
Hmm. And
And
recognizing too that as things progress through litigation, that their perceived goals can shift accordingly.
well, yeah, and that's so you take that space of saying, hey, here we are legally and procedurally, and then you go to the client and you say, okay, here we are, right? Or here's where the client is. Where does the client want to go? And then you kind of navigate them to that space, and then you got to reset and do that again. And it's this sort of constant sort of engaging in that, and I think we're good at that. I think we do a good job. I think it's important for the clients to understand that's how we approach things here. So, let me ask another question. You ready?
Mhm.
Favorite county to practice in? They're watching too, by the way.
Right. So, all of them.
That's a terrible answer.
I like going.
Objection, non-responsive. Is that a thing? That's stupid. That was
I
corny.
yelled at
All
the
right.
boys all the time.
Right.
Um, West.
West. Yeah.
I like going, obviously going into Travis County. I mean, I think the new Travis County Family Courthouse
Oh, it's
is
awesome, right?
the nicest courthouse in the state.
I haven't been in all of them, but man, it sure makes you feel confident and good about being a lawyer doing
Like you're
the
doing
things
the
there.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's really
Especially
nice.
compared to the old one. So, obviously I enjoy parts of that, but I like going out west, Burnett County, Llano County, Gillespie County.
Yeah.
There's something about the small town feel and walking into those old historic courthouses. Yeah, I'm a dork. I love that.
No, I agree. I think it's fantastic. I think each county has its pluses and minuses. Each county, and sometimes even each court in each county
Hmm.
has their own nuances.
They're special.
That some are more special than others. But no, I agree, and that's one of the things that we do, which is a little bit different. And this is the thing that I enjoy, and this is my answer to that question, which is I like going to all of them, and because they're all different, right?
Right.
You go to Travis County, you're downtown, you're doing the things, you're standing on the 12th floor, overlooking the Capitol, and your clients are there, and you feel very sophisticated and all the BS that comes along with
Hmm.
with this idea of what we should be, and then
Sure.
you're doing a jury trial in Llano County, and you're just sitting on the bench at the diner across the street,
The cafe.
on the square, right, at lunch, right,
Yep.
while people walk by and are there on vacation or whatever they're doing, and all of those things. I think it's a unique thing. We go from Bell County all the way down to Bear County,
Hmm.
and all the counties sort of up and down the 35 281 corridor, and I think it provides us an opportunity to see how they all do it differently,
Yeah.
how they are all special, right? That
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
What is your favorite memory in a case?
Oh man, so there's a lot of different ones. For me, going back to um, one of my very first favorite memories. One of my very first favorite memories was getting um, a dad, their kids, uh, having his kids returned to him after they got taken out of state. He'd screwed up
Is a
procedurally.
case in North Texas,
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He screwed up procedurally and did it himself and did the things, and we were able.
Basically called after the divorce had happened and things had gone to hell, and you
Yeah.
somehow got them undivorced.
Well, what happened was, he was pro se, and that's a problem. One, because you don't know what you don't know. But two, um, he thought he had done what he should have done, which was come to an agreement. What he didn't realize was that agreement meant that his ex could move anywhere in the country.
Yes.
And
He did and still has a very big heart, and that got in the way.
yeah,
He's a nice guy.
he was trying to do what he thought was the right thing, and he at that time, and as soon as the paperwork hadn't the final decree hadn't even been signed yet,
Mhm.
and she'd already moved out of state with the kids, and he realized immediately that he wasn't going to be able to see them, and so we were able to step in just in the nick of time to undo that, and it was really neat because we went and did the things, and I sort of tried to explain to opposing counsel that we weren't in agreement anymore. We were undoing it. Um, and everyone acted like I didn't know what I was doing. I was very early on in my career, and more than likely, I didn't know what I was doing.
It
at
was
that
just
time.
back in the day where we went through the rules, found them, and we're like, well, it's right here.
Yeah.
Clearly, we should do it this way.
And she, opposing counsel, she told me I was wrong and did the things, went to court, and the court right then and there in the courtroom ordered the kids back to that county, and she dropped the kids off that day with dad. So
Hmm.
that was a really neat. Um, that was one of my favorite experiences, right? Particularly early on. Since then it's
And that
been,
was what, a dozen years ago?
oh yeah, it's been
And,
at least, yeah, it's been at least 12 years.
and we stay updated on what those kids are up
Yeah,
to and that family is up
yeah.
to. And think about how impactful that was.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it was, you know, it that's the thing though we would talk about, it's not just going to court. It's not
Mhm.
just going and doing things. It's helping our clients be successful, whatever that is, right? And like you said, or we said a minute ago that, we got to let the clients sort of kind of lead us a little bit on what it is that they're wanting to obtain or accomplish. But, really once we know that, what I love more than anything else is coming up with a solution
Mhm.
and then implementing that solution and seeing it come to fruition, seeing the things happen and seeing the momentum build and do the stuff. And it's funny. I recently did this case out in it's out in Blanco County, and our client, he when he came on, um, procedurally just had a terrible sort of situation.
You
It's
get a lot of those.
We do. Well,
Okay. You do.
well, I do. I gravitate towards the crazy, but it's a PA case, and it's one of those things where you know you can see what it is.
Mhm.
They're all the same, but they're all different. But you can clearly identify sort of these themes that are going on, and we implemented a strategy, and we've been working that strategy, doing the things. But what's crazy to me is to sit there and say and tell him, okay, this is going to happen, and this will happen, and then sit back and these things kind of take place, and you kind of look at him, you're like, and now we're going to do this, and now we're going to do this, and it doesn't always work that way. I mean, stuff happens. I'm not saying we know everything that's going to happen ahead of time, but it's really neat to help shepherd clients,
Mhm.
parents through this process and help them understand that it's okay that this is going on. We know this is going to happen. This is how we're going to do this, and then walk them through that and see them come out on the other side successful. Right. And success isn't getting your kids and your ex pays you $1 million in child support and the court throw.
Stands in a public forum and apologizes
Right,
to you for all the
right,
things that they've
right,
done ever.
right. Success and being successful on the other side is like it is whatever the client defines it as. But that to me is really the thing, and that I really enjoy. Um, I enjoyed, you know, going and doing the thing. I really do. Let me ask you this question. So, um, if you weren't a family law litigator, what would you do right now?
Do I have to earn a living?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I don't.
Oh, are you asking me if I'm going to take care of you? Is that what it is?
I'm just wondering.
I see.
Where are we at
You want to know
financially?
what
How old are the
you want to
kids?
know what
There's
I'm going
so
to be
many
doing?
metrics
Oh,
that
there
go
you
into
go.
this.
I see. I see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I know it's weird, but for as long as I have memories, all I've wanted to do is be an attorney.
Yeah.
I didn't always know it was family law. I actually thought for a while it was criminal defense. Um, but surprisingly, defense attorneys are in the courtroom less than family law attorneys, and I like litigating.
Right.
I like being in the courtroom, and I feel like I can help doing family law stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else I would do. I would need quite a bit of time to figure that out.
I think I'd run a snow cone stand.
It's already taken.
That's
Tina's husband Gabe's already going to do that.
That's fair. Tina's one of our paralegals, and her husband, I think,
She's our lead paralegal,
Yeah.
and her significant other Gabe. I mean, he and I have a business
You
plan.
got a plan. You got a
Yeah.
plan. I don't know. I'd do something different. I'd probably do legal marketing. I'm just saying. But no,
A lot
sure.
of giggles from the
A lot of
marketing guy.
giggles over there because it's so easy. No, I don't know. I would do. I don't know what I would do. I don't know. It would be it'd be hard. Talk about I would still want to do this in some capacity
Yeah.
because of it, and I'd still want to be involved somehow. It's just what I do.
Does it ever cross your mind that you'd want to practice a different type of law?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not. I can't even. In fact, when other family law incorporates bankruptcy and business law sometimes and
Law and
real
criminal
estate,
defense.
criminal offense. Yeah, I mean all these sort of tangents. And it's just like I don't even want to. I don't even. And none of them sound exciting to me.
And I think
all.
everyone that practices any other kind of law,
Oh yeah, they think we're nuts.
we
Yeah,
are.
100%.
They're not wrong.
No, but I don't think so. I don't think that's how that is. I don't think that, I don't think it's a situation where family law, it gets a bad rap for what it is, but it's not that. It's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. It's just not.
It's just not bright line rules that you can
Right.
follow and have expectations that A, B, and C are going to happen. There's a lot of metrics. Best interest of the child means a lot of different things, and
Yeah.
it's different case by case. So, you have to be a little crazy probably to go in and engage in it.
But I think about it. But you have to be willing to be fluid.
Mhm.
You have to be willing, but more importantly, what you have to do is, I think you got to focus on the client.
Mhm.
And if you focus on the client and helping them, whatever that is, I think that level, that measuring stick of success or whether we're doing this stuff, I think
It's going to reflect it for sure.
I think it's easier. I do. I really do. One of the last questions I want to ask you real fast. See, I told you this wasn't that bad. First of all, was it?
It's not over.
Oh, all right. So I want to ask, in regards to family law,
Mhm.
if you could change one thing, what would it be?
The presumption that the standard possession schedule is where we should start.
Fair. That's
The
a fair one.
longer I've been doing this, the more that I support equal parenting time.
Yeah. So first of all, it's hot sports opinion. So congrats. Good job.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
What about you? What's the one thing you would change?
I don't know. I've thought about it. I had a more general answer sort of originally, which was, predictability. And I thought maybe if it was more predictable, right, then maybe though that I wouldn't have a job. And so maybe that would be me putting myself out of
Business, yeah.
work. Right. So,
Is that why you asked what else I would do? Now we have to go through that.
right. Yeah. I fixed that. So I'm going to do this. The one thing that I think that is the one challenge that I see, that if I could fix it, it wouldn't fix the system. It wouldn't change the way family law is done. Maybe it does. Passively, I guess, in some capacity. But for me, the entry level, the cost
Mhm.
for litigants to do it and engage it the right way.
Mhm.
Clients can do this pro se. You can go on Google
Yep.
right now, get all the forms, do stuff, get divorced, do child custody. Great. Can't tell you how many we have where we're fixing those that tried that in
Right.
some capacity and screwed it up. And that's okay.
Fixing it costs more than
Sometimes,
had they engaged it at the beginning.
Most of the time, it's going to cost you no matter what, and likely
Right.
cost you more. I look at it sometimes, and some of the cases need so much work and so much. It's so time intensive, and it's not just time. It's you need to go get professionals.
Sure.
You need to go get this person. You need to go get that. These people all cost money. All this work costs money, and just the entry level or the availability, the opportunity to be able to engage in that, I think,
And do all of those things for those people. Sure.
and do it well,
Mhm.
right? And do it well. So that's all it is. Oftentimes, I talk to clients about, we could do A, B, and C, but it's going to cost you this much, and it's a cost benefit analysis, and it's a difficult conversation to have, but I think it's an important one to have with clients so they have reasonable expectations, and so we can help them be successful throughout the process,
And,
right?
if the client's lucky enough to be able to engage in the cost benefit analysis, great. But I think what you're talking about is more when it becomes cost prohibitive. They don't
Right,
even get to engage in the
right,
conversation because they don't get to even think about doing those
right,
things.
right. It's just access to the stuff, and so that's sort of what I would do if I had to change one thing. Not nearly as hot sports opinionated as you are
Awesome.
today. That's cool. All right, so here's the deal. Told you it wasn't that bad,
Mhm,
right? It's pretty easy,
mhm.
right? And I'm sure that I screwed up something somewhere. We're probably supposed to have done something. So
I think you're gonna catch some heat probably after this.
yeah, 100%, 100%. But that's all right. So we'll make it up. We'll do whatever they tell me to do, I guess, later on. So with that being said, though, guys, we greatly appreciate you hanging out. Thank you for putting up with the wild card we threw out there today. And hopefully we see you next time. Thank you so much.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of this awesomeness.
Thanks, guys.